Well, our good friend Rich DeLeese
Mm-hmm.
sent me over a little article here,
Okay.
and you might appreciate this.
All right.
This is entitled "The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck."
Okay.
I read a little bit of this,
Right.
but since we're talking about philosophy and day-to-day lives and outlooks and whatnot, I thought maybe I'd read this
Okay.
and we can comment along the way.
All right. Sounds good.
In my life, I have given a fuck about many people and many things. I have also not given a fuck about people and many things. And those fucks I have not given have made all the difference.
Okay.
This could have been written by somebody I know by the name of Chris Aiken.
All right.
People often say the key to confidence and success in life is simply not give a fuck.
I agree with this so far.
Indeed. We often refer to the strongest, most admirable people we know in terms of their lack of fucks given. Like, oh, look at Susie working weekends again. She doesn't give a fuck. Or, did you hear that Tom called the company president an asshole and still got a raise anyway? Holy shit, that dude does not give a fuck.
Wow.
Or, Jason got up and ended his date with Cindy after 20 minutes. He said he wasn't going to listen to her bullshit anymore. Man, that guy does not give a fuck.
What was his name? Neeley?
I like this so far.
I do too.
Chances are you know somebody in your life who, at one time or another, did not give a fuck and went on to accomplish amazing feats.
Okay.
Perhaps there was a time in your life where you simply did not give a fuck and excelled to some extraordinary heights.
Yeah.
I know for myself, quitting my day job in finance after only 6 weeks and telling my boss I was going to start selling dating advice online ranks pretty high up there in my own didn't give a fuck Hall of Fame.
Wow. Really?
Same with deciding to sell the most of my possessions and move to South America. Fucks given? None. I just went and did it.
Okay. Good for him.
Now, while not giving a fuck may seem simple on the surface, it's a whole new bag of burritos under the hood.
Okay.
I don't even know what that sentence means, but I don't give a fuck. A bag of burritos sounds awesome, so let's just go with it.
Okay.
The point is, most of us struggle throughout our lives by giving too many fucks in a situation where fucks do not deserve to be given. We give a fuck about the rude gas station attendant who's given us too many nickels. We give a fuck when we give a fuck when a show we liked was canceled on TV.
Boy, do we ever.
We give a fuck when our coworker don't bother asking us about our awesome weekend. We give a fuck when it's raining and we're supposed to go jogging in the morning. Fucks given everywhere, strewn about like seeds in motherfucking springtime. And for what purpose? For what reason? Convenience? Easy comforts? A pat on the fucking back, maybe? This is a problem, my friend. Because when we give too many fucks, when we choose to give a fuck about everything, then we feel as though we are perpetually entitled to feel comfortable and happy at all times. That's when life fucks us. Are you with me so far?
I'm agreeing with every word of this to this point.
All right. Indeed, the ability to reserve our fucks for only the most fuck-worthy situations would surely make life a hell of a lot easier. Failure would be less terrifying. Rejection less painful. unpleasant necessities more pleasant and the unsavory shit sandwiches a little more savory. I mean, if we could only give a few less fucks or a few more consciously directed fucks, then life would feel pretty fucking easy. What we don't realize is that there is a fine art of non-fuck giving.
Okay.
People,
wait a minute. The fine art of non-fuck giving.
right?
All right.
It's an art. It's a balancing thing. You know, you just don't give a fuck.
Right.
And then there's times you have to give a fuck.
All I know is the fine art of non-fuck giving has become the title of this segment tomorrow.
Exactly. People aren't just born not giving a fuck. In fact, we're born giving away too many fucks. Ever watch a kid cry his eyes out because his hat is in the wrong shade of blue? Exactly. Fuck that kid. Developing the ability to control and manage the fucks you give is the essence of strength and integrity. We must craft and hone our lack of fuckery over the course of years and decades. Like a fine wine, our fucks must age into fine vintage, only uncorked and given on the most special fucking occasions. This may sound easy, but it's not. Most of us, most of the time, get sucked in by life's mean trivialities, steamrolled by its unimportant dramas. We live and die by the side notes and the distractions and the vicissitudes that suck the fucks right out of us like Sasha Grey in the middle of a gangbang.
Okay.
There is no way to live. This is no way to live, man. So stop fucking around. Get your fucks together and here, allow me to fucking show you. Subtly. Number one, not giving a fuck does not mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being different.
Okay. Agree with that.
All right. When most people envision giving no fucks whatsoever, they envision a kind of perfect and serene indifference to everything, a calm that weathers all storms. This is misguided. There's absolutely nothing admirable or confident about indifference. People who are indifferent are lame and scared.
Okay.
They're couch potatoes and internet trolls. In fact, indifferent people often attempt to be indifferent because in reality, they actually give too many fucks. They are afraid of the world and the repercussions of their own choices. Therefore, they make none. They hide in the gray, emotionless pit of their own making, self-absorbed and self-pitied, perpetually distracting themselves from this unfortunate thing demanding their time and energy called life.
Okay.
That kind of goes back to something Teddy Roosevelt said.
Okay.
That he basically had made made a statement that said it's better for a man to win glorious victories and triumphs, even though he's checkered by failure and fate, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither experience victory or defeat because they've lived in such a great twilight they've never tried either one.
All right, that was a lot of words.
But you get what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's better to go out there and try it and fail than not do anything at all.
But it's weird though, because I think there are moments that you have to be indifferent.
Sure.
There are situations that you cannot just be like totally either way involved or completely just not care.
Right.
There's those moments in between. Well, there's moments where you have to just not care. And maybe he's right that you do that to kind of avoid the hassle.
Right.
Sometimes it's worth avoiding the hassle.
Sure.
An ex, you don't want to have feelings toward an ex. You
right.
want to get to an indifferent place.
Exactly.
It's just like, whatever.
Sure. My mother was recently screwed out of a large chunk of money by a close friend of hers. Had I been indifferent, I would have shrugged my shoulders, sipped some mocha, and downloaded another season of The Wire. Sorry, Mom. But instead, I was indignant. I was pissed off. I said, No, screw that, Mom. We're going to get a lawyer and fuck up that we're going to lawyer that fuck up and go after this asshole. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. I will ruin this guy's life if I have to. This illustrates the first I can't, for some reason I can't say this. subtlety. Subtlety. Yeah. This illustrates the first subtlety about not giving a fuck. So when we say, damn, watch out, Mark Manson just don't give a fuck, we don't mean that Mark Manson doesn't care about anything. On the contrary, what we mean is that Mark Manson doesn't care about adversity in the face of his goals.
Right.
He doesn't care about pissing some people off to do what he feels is right or important or noble. Mm-hmm. What we mean is that Mark Manson is the type of guy who could write about himself in third person and use the word fuck in the article 127 different times just because he thought it was the right thing to do. He just doesn't give a fuck. This is what's so admirable. No, not me, dumbass. The overcoming adversity stuff. The staring failure in the face and shoving your middle finger back at it. The people who don't give a fuck about adversity or failure or embarrassing themselves or shitting the bed a few times. The people who just laugh and then do it anyway because they know it's right. They know it's more important than them and their own feelings and their own pride and their own needs. They say fuck it. Not to everything in life, but rather than say fuck it to everything important in life. They reserve their fucks for what truly fucking matters. Friends, family, purpose, burritos, an occasional lawsuit or two. And because of that, because they reserve their fucks for only the big things, the important things, people give a fuck about them in return.
I think that defines me.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought you'd appreciate this.
I think this is exact. Do you think this? Do you think it's you?
I have a lot of those. I'm not as what do you want to call vocal about it as you are?
Because I don't care.
Right.
I never care. I never care if somebody's feelings are hurt or any of that kind of shit.
Sure.
I just do it.
Right.
Okay.
Subtlety number 2. To not give a fuck about adversity, you must first give a fuck about something more important than adversity. Eric Hoffer once wrote, "A man is likely to mind his own business when it is worth minding. When it is not, he takes his mind off his own meaningless affairs by minding other people's business. The problem with people who hand out fucks like ice cream at a goddamn summer camp is that they don't have anything more fuck-worthy to dedicate their fucks to." That was a mouthful.
No kidding.
Think for a second. You're at a grocery store. One of Chris's favorite haunts.
One of my chicken.
Right.
Places.
And there's an elderly lady screaming at the cashier, berating him for not accepting her 30-cent coupon. Why does this lady give a fuck? It's just 30 cents.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you why. That old lady probably doesn't have anything better to do with her day than to sit at home cutting out coupons all morning. She's old and lonely. Her kids are dickheads and they never visit. She hasn't had sex in over 30 years. Her pension is on its last legs and she's probably going to die in a diaper thinking she's in Candyland. She can't fart without extreme lower back pain. She can't even watch TV for more than 15 minutes without falling asleep or forgetting the main plot line. So she snips coupons. That's all she's got. It's her and her damn coupons all day, every day. It's all she can give a fuck about because there's nothing else left to give a fuck about. And so when that pimply-faced 17-year-old cashier refuses to accept one of them, when she defends his cash registers, let me read this again. when he defends his cash register's purity the way knights used to defend maidens' virginities, you can damn well bet Granny is going to erupt and verbally Hulk smash his fucking face in. 80 years of fucks will rain down all at once, like a fiery hailstorm of, back in my day, and people used to show more respect stories, boring the world around her to tears in her creaky, wobbly voice. If you find yourself consistently giving too many fucks about trivial shit that bothers you, your ex-girlfriend's new Facebook picture, how quickly the batteries die in the TV remote, missing out on yet another 2-for-1 sale of hand sanitizer, chances are you don't have much going on in your life to give a legitimate fuck about. And that's your real problem, not the hand sanitizer.
Right.
In life, our fucks must be spent on something. There really is no such thing as not giving a fuck. The question is simply how we choose to allot our fucks. You only get a limited amount of fucks to give over your lifetime, so you must spend them with care. As my father used to say, fucks don't grow on trees, Mark. Did your dad ever say that to you?
No, my dad never had that lesson for me.
Okay, he never actually said that, but fuck it, pretend he did. The point is that fucks have to be earned and then invested wisely. Fucks are cultivated like a beautiful fucking garden where if you fuck shit up and the fucks get fucked, then you're fucking fucked and your fucks are all fucked up.
What? Too many.
I'll read that real quick again.
Right?
Fucks are cultivated like a beautiful fucking garden where if you fuck shit up and the fucks get fucked, then you're fucking fucked and your fucks are all fucked up. So it's like a domino effect.
Yeah, I get it, but okay.
All right. Subtly number 3.
Okay.
We all have a limited number of fucks to give. Pay attention to where and who you give them to. Now, see, this goes back to what we were discussing. If Obama was giving away fucks, they would be totally worthless.
Right?
When we were young, we have tons of energy. Everything is new and exciting, and everything seems to matter so much. Therefore, we give tons of fucks. We give a fuck about everything and everyone. About what people are saying about us, about whether the cute boy or girl called us back or not, about whether our socks match or not, or what color our birthday balloon is. As we get older, we gain experience and begin to notice that most of these things have little lasting impact on our lives.
Right.
Those people's opinions we cared about so much before have long been removed from our lives. We found that the love we need we found the love we need, and so those embarrassing romantic rejections cease to mean much anymore. We realize how little people pay attention to the superficial details about us, and we focus on doing things more for ourselves rather than for others. Essentially, we become more selective about the fucks we're willing to give. This is sometimes called maturity. It's nice. You should try it sometime. Maturity is what happens when one learns to only give a fuck about what's truly fuck worthy. As Bunk Moreland said in The Wire, which fuck you, I still downloaded it, to his partner Detective McNulty. That's what you get for giving a fuck when it's your turn to give a fuck.
Okay.
I never watched The Wire. I know what it is, but I've never watched it.
The reference is good.
Okay. Then as we grow older and enter middle age, something else begins to change. Our energy levels drop. Our identities solidify. We know who we are, and we no longer have a desire to change what now seems inevitable in our lives. And in a strange way, this is liberating. We no longer need to give a fuck about everything. Life is just what it is. We accept it, warts and all. We realize we're never going to cure cancer or go to the moon or feel Jennifer Aniston's tits, and that's okay. Life fucking goes on. We now reserve our ever-dwindling fucks only for the most truly fuck-worthy parts of our lives, our families, our best friends, our golf swing, and to our astonishment, this is enough. This simplification actually makes us really fucking happy.
Agree 1,000% with that.
Right. We're almost finished here. Then somehow, one day, much later, we wake up and we're old. And along with our gum lines and our sex drive, our ability to give a fuck has receded to the point of non-existence. In the twilight of our days, we carry out the paradoxical existence where we no longer have the energy to give a fuck about the big things in life, and instead we must dedicate the few fucks we have left to the simple and mundane yet increasingly difficult aspects of our lives. Where to eat lunch, doctor's appointments for our creaky joints, 30-cent discounts on at the supermarket, and the driving without drifting to sleep and killing a parking lot full of orphans, practical concerns. Then one day, on our deathbed, hopefully, surrounded by the people we gave the majority of our fucks to throughout our life, and those few who still give a fuck about us, with a silent gasp, we will gently let our last fuck go. Therefore, the tears and the gently fading beeps of the heart monitor and the ever-dimming fluorescent encapsulating us in its divine hospital halo, we drift into some unknowable and unfuckable place. The end.
The end. I like that a lot.
So there you are. So
I think I fall right into his description.
Yeah. So we can thank Rich DeLeese for that contribution.
Didn't you think that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's like describing me to a T.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
So,
wow.
So I thought maybe that might be enlightenment for you, and I think it kind of falls into the whole category of what we were just talking about.
Absolutely does.
Yeah, so way to tie the show together, much like the rug that tied the room together on The Big Lebowski.
Which reference I can't get.
Because you still haven't seen it.
Oh. Watch Goodfellas today.
Oh, that's always a good one.
Never bad.
You got to see Big Lebowski, my friend.
No, I don't. It's not out there anywhere. Just buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, how much can it possibly cost at this point? $10?
Yeah, I can't imagine it being very expensive.
Yeah, it can't be more than that.
Yep. But anyway, we're coming down to the last hour of the show.
All right.
So I think we need to play a couple of tunes so I can re-wet my palate.
All right.
And let all the fucks sink in.
Okay.
So what would you like to hear, sir?
Boom, 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 boom. How about more Night Demon?
Okay, we can do that.
I just like that Night Demon record.
All right, you got a song?
What's the last one called? Like See Me Now or something?
Save Me Now.
Save Me Now, that one.
Okay.
Good tune.
All right. Well, this band called Night Demon, they have a CD out called Curse of the Damned.
Yep.
This is very old school sounding band, new band.
Yeah, brand new.
But they have that old classic metal sound.
They certainly do.
So I'm looking forward to hearing some more of this. As I described the first song we played, sound like Dave Meniketti fronting Judas Priest.
Sure.
So we'll see if I get a different impression with this song. So, well, here's Night Demon. Here's Save Me Now, exclusively here
on your classic metal show.